Hey, drop.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your favorite plug of the group, Jonka Don't Stop, or if you guys know me as my Canes Don't Stop. Welcome back for another Plug Picks episode. It's been a long Friday, just got back from work, but I gotta keep you guys locked in because we got AFC and NFC Championship weekend on Sunday. And I'm kind of hyped because one of my team is playing the Patriots. Um, and It's gonna be a tough game because everybody's expecting us to blow out the Broncos. They're starting Jared Stidham, former Patriot. We drafted him and stuff with Belichick and all that stuff. Whatever. Bo Nix broke his ankle, unfortunately. I wish it would have been Bo Nix, Drake May. I think that would have been absolute cinema. But the gods decided to do that to us. Before I get into anything, shout out to my Hurricanes. They ended up losing the national championship. Came down to the wire with Carson Beck. He ends up not throwing it to Malachi Tony, who was butt cheeks open, and he ends up throwing a shot to, I think it was Keelan Marion, but underthrows it, gets picked off, and that's the story. And the three losses Miami had in the season all came down to Carson Beck throwing interceptions. What a fitting story to tell, but it's okay. I'm proud of my Canes. We won 2 bowl games. We haven't had a bowl game win since 2016. So in one season, we had 2 bowl game wins. I'll take it. We made the national championship. No one would have ever thought of us even making it this year. And we came down and we almost had it. We had a chance. We shot ourselves in the foot, but that's okay. But also, just remember that if you guys can comment on the video or comment while I'm trying to go through all the picks and stuff. I'm more than willing to talk to you guys. I'm super chill. Don't be shy. All right, I'm cool. Um, let's get into it. Let me get it. All right, we're here. We're locked in. Let's go to NFL. Now we're gonna the game for the Patriots and the Broncos. I had 4 picks already set up before coming in because I think that the Rams and the Seahawks game is going to be a little bit more difficult to decide about the outcomes because I think these two teams are going to be locked in, and it's going to be. I think this is why they put the game as more prime time than us, but that's okay. Here are my picks for the Patriots at Broncos. Drake May versus Jared Stidham. Sean Payne versus Mike Vrabel. Let's see how this goes. I've got Drake May going for. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Yeah, alternate passing yards. Yeah, I've got Drake May to throw 300 against this team because if they could stop I feel like if they could stop the run, then I think Drake May is going to have to settle for the throws. But besides Pat Surtain, I think Kayshon Boutte came out strong. Stephon Diggs did his thing. Mac Hollins was coming back. Hunter Henry. And they did the thing literally in rain, snow, and sleet, and they were still going at it. I think. What did Drake May have last week in that game? Because that was phenomenal. Besides him fumbling the ball a bit too much, Drake May has to fix that. He has to fix that fumbling problem. But I will say the weather did have a factor, and that O-line, which is still a problem, has to get even though it's 2 rookie two rookie offensive linemen on the left side with Campbell and Jared Wilson. But I'm not gonna say Drake May has to either tuck that ball in and keep it secure or throw it away. And I think he needs to. It's his second year, but he needs to start holding on to the ball. Drake May threw 179. Let me show this. He threw for 179 and all that stuff. One interception. I mean, Ramondre had, look at that, 70 rushing yards. Kayshon Boutte with 3 receptions for 75 yards and with a tutty with an exceptional, crazy catch. I mean, if they could stop the run, I could see them still trying to run it. I mean, in certain situations. But I think the Broncos are going to take into account our passing ability, so I think that might open up the rushing game. But if this game turns into a shootout, I think I can see this happening. I can see him getting 300 yards if this game ends up being close. But this is a long shot. This is a long shot kind of pick for anybody that's watching. This is a long shot kind of parlay that I'm doing today, because we don't know what to expect, because we can either expect Drake May playing like he played against the first game against the Chargers, where it's a really strong defense, strong passing defense, where they're gonna get to Drake May. Drake May is gonna have to let go of it quick, and it's gonna be quick strikes, bing, 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 and will that equate to enough first downs to score some points or even go down the field, or force a couple 3-and-outs during the game, which will keep the game close and limit possessions for the Patriots. I think Drake May, in my opinion, is gonna be throwing a couple shots downfield, for the simple fact that I think he just got his rhythm back that last game after that terrible first game. And just because of that, I think he's in a rhythm, and I think he's on the verge of making the Super Bowl. Drake May is a dog, and I think he would be the first QB ever to beat 3 top 5 defenses on the straight to make it to the Super Bowl, which would be nuts. And then I think the Seahawks are also a top 10 defense, so if that would be nuts. But I just think I think it's going to be unfortunate for the Broncos that Bo Nix wasn't there, because I think it would be more competitive of a game. But I think Drake May ends up I would say, I think he can get close to the 300. But if the game ends up being close, I think this could be this could be a 300 game for him, where depending on what happens with the next game with the Rams and the Seahawks, if Matthew Stafford goes off and Drake May has a mediocre game, that could cost them the MVP. But I'm gonna put on I think Drake May gets over 300, which has been very tough for him to get this past season, because I mean the record was kind of I'm not gonna say I'm the Patriots guy. Listen, I will say the schedule wasn't that hard. I think it wasn't hard because people thought, oh man, because the offenses we played against were trash, but we played against good defenses and we still torched them. So I think just because of that, people say it was an easy schedule. But hey, I mean, I'm not gonna talk crap about my QB, buddy. But yeah, let's move on. Let's go to anytime touchdowns. This is what I got, guys. Anytime touchdown. Now, because what we just saw on the last one I'm gonna pick Ramondre Stevenson for a touchdown. Anytime touchdown. I think he'll sneak one in. I think if they can get close enough, they'll try to rush one. And like let's go to the let me share this for a second. We go to the Texans situation, right? Before that, before the Texans, let me see who they play. Yeah, I think it was they beat the Steelers. They had beaten the Steelers, and that's why everybody all the hype going into that second game. Um Jalen Warren, 12 carries, 43 yards. I mean, Jalen Warren is nothing like a Ramondre Stevenson. And yeah. So just based on that common sense, this game was no. I'm going Ramondre Stevenson for a touchdown. Anytime touchdown. If they get close to the end zone, I think he can get one in. And I think the more snaps that Will Campbell and Jared Wilson get on this line, I think the better they will get. And I think Ramondre Stevenson has been on a tear lately. I think he'll get the touchdown. I think, and plus Travion Henderson, no disrespect to him, but I think he needs way more training, bro. Way more practice. He has not been hitting his gaps. His holes he's been bro, I don't know what's going on with him. He's rushing it too much, man. Not rushing in like actually like running the ball, but he's impatient, I should say. He's being a little bit impatient and not waiting for the holes to open up to then shoot through him. He's just trying to rush in, and hopefully if he can hit the hole before the hole closes, and then that causes him to either trip, not get enough rushing yards, or just basically just end even and not gain anything. I feel like Vrabel and him are gonna have to deal with that in practice if they make the Super Bowl or in the offseason, and he's gonna have to learn. I mean, I will say the offensive line for rushing is not that great, but I think they're getting better. But we'll just see. The Texans are an excellent team, so maybe that was just a tough game for them to run, and we'll see. I mean, Travion Henderson is a speed back, so he's not a hard hitting back like Ramondre. So I got Ramondre for anytime touchdown. Now here's one that you guys might not know. We're gonna go to where is it? No. Oh wait, let's go. Rushing and receiving yards. And I'm going to go for RJ Harvey to go under 66.5. Because let's go back here for a second. What was the they played? I think because I'm sorry, my bad. I'm losing my mind here. Yeah, I got the news. J.K. Dobbins will not be playing, so RJ Harvey is going to be taking probably a lot of snaps. And I think I'm pretty sure my defensive line with Barmore, Milne Williams, Tonga, and I think we're getting Joshua Farmer back. With him and Spillane, I think we can deal with RJ Harvey as a running back. And assuming that, I don't think Jarrett Stidham will use RJ Harvey as a receiver that much. I think they're going to use more Marvin Mims, Cortland Sutton, maybe Troy Flank. I think Troy Flank got it. I don't even know if he's in there, but I'm not fazed by this guy, so that's the only reason. And then we got one more. When it comes to that's rushing yards, receiving yards, RJ Harvey on the under. So we got RJ Harvey under receiving yards. And then we got RJ Harvey under rushing and receiving yards. So if we go to, let's go to the Broncos for a second. Where's the Broncos at? There we go. Let's go to that last game against the Bills. Okay. Yeah, sorry, my Wi-Fi is a little bit laggy today for some reason. Let's go box score. The Patriots defensive line has been pretty good at holding the rush all this season, except for a couple games where Milton Williams and Kyrus Tonga went out. Two of our starting defensive tackles went out. So ignore those games. He had 6 carries for 20 yards against the Buffalo Bills. And then receiving, he had 5 receptions for 46. But again, that was Bo Nix, not with Jarrett Stidham. And if me using common sense, Jarrett Stidham is going to try to get as much chemistry with the best receivers when it comes to throwing. So I think he's going to be throwing it more to Marvin Mims, Courtland Sutton, and maybe Pat Bryant, and then his tight ends, Evan Ingram. But besides that, I think he'll just use R.J. Harvey maybe once or twice in the pass, but rushing is going to be more his style. If the Patriots are stopping the run, expect these yards to go down and the carries to go down. And I think they're going to start to pass it more on the outside with the bigger players. And that's the reason why I think that RJ Harvey is going to have a kind of a bad day. And I think Courtland Sutton and, like I said, Marvin Mims are going to have bigger days where there are probably more targets, more receptions. But does that lead to them winning? I don't know. I got to see what happens. I know Carlton Davis was cleared from concussion protocol tonight or this afternoon. So the Patriots will be having their 2 starting corners. Spillane is still there. Our D-line is still there. I think we'll be fine. But unfortunately, Harold Landry, our linebacker, our leading edge rusher, also is out for the game. So that does help Jarrett Stidham in some way of being able to create plays in the pocket. But I think with Christian Gonzalez and Spillane, I think it helps Christian Barmore, Milton Williams, and everybody else to try to get to him as fast as possible. So I do expect RJ Harvey to go under in this place. Plus, if New England can just go down and control the time of possession, and score at will and basically hold Jarrett Stidham to 3 and outs most of the game, then you can easily see a lot of numbers start to go under. Maybe Jarrett Stidham will have one big play, one big chunk play, like maybe like at the end of the second half, or he'll just try to Hail Mary it to try to get a quick field goal, but it's not going to happen. Or maybe at the end of the game, if it's like sort of like a 3-score game, he'll go for a long pass, maybe get a touchdown at the end of the game where it doesn't mean anything. I can expect that to happen. But I'm not talking. I'm listening to me. I'm not trying to talk from a Patriots fan perspective. I'm just trying to think of how the game would go. And this is what I see happening at the moment. Now, when it comes to for anybody that wants to bet on like Stephon Diggs or Kayshon Boutte, you're fine to do that. That's up to you. But my experiences with betting on Patriots in my long years of doing it, I have been absolutely murdered because of the fact that because of Josh McDaniels' offense and how much the ball gets spread around to so many different receivers and even tight ends, that limits so many yards potentially for the receiver. Like literally, like a couple weeks ago, before the end of the season, the regular season, everyone was like, "Oh, Stephon Diggs incentives, Stephon Diggs incentive, Kayshon Boutte incentives," and all of a sudden, everybody was literally just betting on Stephon Diggs to go on his over targets, over receptions, over yards, like everything on the over because after that scandal was going on with him and the allegations of him like hitting I think the cook or something in his house, all that was going on at the time. So all that aside, I personally, if I were you, I'm telling you as a friend, don't bet on Patriots receivers when it comes to betting. You're welcome to do so, but just know I warned you. But that's aside. That's gonna be it for the Patriots and the Broncos part of it. Let's go back and now let's do the game of the damn the game of the Sunday, bro. This is the one besides my Patriots, obviously. I think this is the one that everybody's more excited for, is to see the Rams at the Seahawks, the trilogy. First game, Rams win it with Darnold throwing 4 picks. Seahawks win it in overtime. The second time, if I'm pretty sure, in a shootout. And now we're back here in the NFC Championship game. And woo, I don't know what to expect because I've seen this Rams team play really good defense. But on the other hand, I've seen this Rams team get cooked on defense as well. They lost to the Panthers. They lost to the Falcons. They've lost to the 49ers earlier in the year on Thursday night. I just don't know what more to expect from the Rams. Matthew Stafford has been playing great, but he has been throwing a bit too many picks lately in certain situations. The Bears basically almost upset them. And that game was absolutely phenomenal. Shout out to Caleb Williams. I've been on his case since he got drafted. I think I will say he's a little bit overrated. But I will say that throw he had to the corner for the tight end, I forgot his name, was absolutely spectacular. Shout out to him. And Ben Johnson, the coordinator from the Lions, went to be the new head coach. Shout out to the Bears. I'm liking what they're doing so far. They need to build around the offensive line a little bit more. And they need a corner. So, and an edge rusher, that's what they also need. If you guys want me to do a mock draft, I guess live one day, you let me know. Once the NFL is all done and then all the mock drafts are starting to come out, I would love to do a live draft with you guys. So just you guys tweet, message me on X if you guys want me to do it and what day would be best for you guys for me to do it on the weekend, during the week, at what time during the week if you want. But let's get into it. Let's go player prop. Okay. Before we get into this one, let's go NFL. And let's go to Seahawks. Let's just go to Rams, whatever. They played the Seahawks and they lost. Okay, yeah. Let's go to that previous matchup. Let's just use our recent history to see what could dictate what could happen in this game. Remember, this is NFL playoffs. So the stakes are higher, energy's higher, and the hits are harder. This is like you're in it to win it, a single elimination. These players are going to be all out to make it to the Super Bowl. And even Matthew Stafford to make it back to the Super Bowl at his age, or Sam Darnold to make it to his first ever Super Bowl. And we could potentially see a rematch between my Patriots and the Rams, or my Patriots and the Seahawks, or a Broncos Seahawks rematch, that which would be crazy. But unfortunately, I don't think that's gonna happen. But let's keep going. Man, this game went. Remember, guys, this game went into overtime, so this 457 could be a bit skewed. Kyron Williams rushed. Kenneth Walker rushed. Remember, Charbonnet is now out for the season, so that does affect. Puka Nacua went stupid on these guys. They don't have anybody to stop Puka Nacua. But I think just because they can offset that because yeah, sure, you can give it to Puka Nacua all you want, but we can also give it to Najigba, and if we just prevent him, you can let him do what he wants, but if we can hold you to scoring, like I don't know, I'm trying to find the right words to explain it to you guys, like we'll let you do whatever you want, like when the versus Ohio State, yeah, sure, we'll let Jeremiah Smith get his yards or whatever, we'll let him eat, but everything else we're gonna try to hold you as best as possible. We're not gonna let one player dictate the game, and I think that's gonna be the Seahawks job this Sunday. Um, the obvious choice would be Puka Nacua touchdown, right? Now maybe I'm thinking too much. Now I will say, like, good thing I read this. They did come back from 16-point deficit. It was Seahawks 7-3, then 10, then it was 13-7. Then it was 23-14. And the Seahawks were able to make a little bit of a comeback and tie it, and they hit the overtime where they get the 2-point conversion and they win the game. That game was crazy. I personally do not expect the way this Seahawks team defense has been rolling lately with the defense. I don't think Stafford's going to throw 457 yards again, and I don't expect Puka Nacua to get 225. If I'm going to be brutally honest, just that being the case, if I'm going to anytime touchdown, I can see Kyren Williams getting a touchdown this game. I can really see getting a touchdown this game. Like if we go back and we choose the first matchup where the Rams won. Now I think this is before. I think this is before the trade deadline, if I'm correct. Yes, I think. Kyren Williams had a touchdown for 12 carries, 91 yards. This is in LA. I think in my idea, what I could see happening is Devontae Adams or Puka Nacua being able to get a big play downfield, and Kyren Williams is able to sneak one in and get a touchdown. And I think that could be an anytime touchdown for him. Now for the Seahawks, I would be surprised. This game right here, if I remember correctly, this game was I'm trying to remember, man. I think I feel like I'm confusing the game. I don't think I am. No, I don't think I am. I remember I had placed a bet. I placed a bet or a parlay for Njigba to get over 100 yards. The entire first half, he did not get targeted once. In the second half, he gets 96. And I remember I was absolutely effing livid about that. that cannot happen again this game. And this game was at Seattle. This game is also at Seattle. I'm gonna put. Let me go back here. Where's receiving yards? Receiving yards. There you go. I'm putting Jackson Smith and Jigba on the over. I refuse to. They're giving him 90. 90 and a half is the over under. Sheesh. They must think highly of that defense because I mean Caleb Williams cooked that ass, bro. Cooked. Rashid Shaheed. I can see him getting something. What did besides those yards he had, Rashid Shaheed. Shout out Damian Martinez, baby. Draft pick from Miami. And Elijah Arroyo too. Where is it? No, man, not 13-3. Recent. There we go. Now, again, this game was a blowout, so I'm just going to use it as a measuring stick, guys. I'm using it as a measuring stick. So, based on me using it as a measuring stick, let me see, receiving, Rashid Shaheed had 2 targets for 0 yards. I mean, I can understand it was basically a blowout after like the first 12 seconds of the game where he just ran it all the way. Rashid Shaheed had 2 yards rushing. No, 2 carries for 27 yards rushing, which is actually pretty damn good if you ask me. Kenneth Walker, 19 carries for 116 yards. That might be a play. Kenneth Walker on the rushing. Where's the rushing? What did Kenneth Walker get the first matchup? Kenneth Walker. First matchup, he had 67. But I feel like he had 67 because he threw 4 interceptions, and that limited the amount of carries he was going to get. So 67, and the over is 84. I can honestly see this game being a shootout because I do think Matthew Stafford is a better quarterback than Sam Darnold. And I think Matthew Stafford could pick and choose or pick up. I don't know how to say, just like literally decipher this defense and pick and choose where to go. So that's the edge they have. I think there's going to be a shootout. I think both defense are going to be in for a crazy day. So I think Kenneth Walker without Charbonnet is going to have a bigger workload. So I can see them trying to stop Kenneth Walker. Man, this might be a great. I think just because of that, them trying to stop. What? Hold the fuck up. Yeah, I think you guys are with me. You guys are with me right here, right? Because Charbonnet is out for the season, they're going to be doubling down on stopping Kenneth Walker in that run. And I think that might be a play. I mean, look at that. 11 carries for Charbonnet with 37 yards. His longest run was 25, so limit 25 from that. 42. So it's 15 yards for 42. That's not that. That's okay. I'm honestly, guys, I'm thinking the under, bro. I'm thinking under. I'm gonna pick under. That's it. I'm committing to it. Kenneth Walker on the under in rushing yards. Even though I think they're gonna target him. I think they're gonna try to contain him as much as possible and leave it to the DBs for the Rams to try to make plays against Sam Darnold and maybe get him. Rushing, um, Matthew Stafford. I'm not betting on him because if I could see Matthew Stafford, if Rams were to pull this off, I could see them getting the ball back at the end of the game and he takes a knee. That's half a yard already gone. Takes another knee. Boom, you're down -1 yard, and that just fucks up your entire thing. But at the same side, I can see him trying to scramble for a couple yards in a scenario that he needs to get it. So I think this is too much of a gamble to even get on this. Kyron Williams. What have the Seahawks been able to do against Kyron Williams? One game, they haven't been able to stop him. Now, this was the first game. Let's go back. Okay, let's go back. Now let's play here where they beat them the second time. He had 70, 23 yards. Oof. Guys, the fact that this guy has thrown 6 interceptions against the Rams in 2 games and they were able to split says a lot about the Seahawks and how good they are as a team. But damn, bro. If they can get Puka Nacua open, I think that leaves Kyron Williams to have a big game, especially with Blake Corum. He's not that bad either. He's not good, but he's not bad. 23 carries. He had 91. What do you guys think? Any thoughts? Look at that. I'm just saying right here. This is a little bit sus. I think he had, if I remember correctly, it was 91 against the first matchup, and then he has damn it. And then he has 70 in the second matchup. They're expecting him to go, and the line is 55.5. They must be expecting something from the Seahawks to stop this guy from running because either they're expecting Puka Nacua to go absolutely bonkers, or they're expecting, I don't know. I'm in low key. I'm in shock. No, but I'm taking the over on this because just based on the last 2 games, I understand it's the playoffs and they're going to play harder. But I think the last game Davante Adams didn't play, so I can understand him being a little bit low on the rushing. I can't overlook this 55.5. Well, I think that's going to be it. Yeah. We're going to go. This will be 4 picks for the Patriots and Broncos game, and Rams Seahawks 4 picks for there. As always, we're putting 10 in. Crazy. Some picks are crazy. Some picks are not. I'm not delusional, guys. Maybe don't. I'm just trying to have fun with this. I'm not crazy. Bet responsibly, obviously. But let's just go. We're gonna place it. We're gonna put this in. Boom. And because of that, we're gonna be. I gotta do this for you guys. Done. Let's go to the slips. Let's show it. Let me zoom in for you guys so you guys can read it with me. Patriots Broncos. We got Drake May to record 300 plus passing yards. We got Ramondre Stevenson for anytime touchdown. We've got RJ Harvey on the under 66.5 rushing and receiving yards. We've got RJ Harvey receiving yards under 21.5. We move on to the NFC Championship game where I have Kenneth Walker 84.5 under rushing yards. I've got Kyren Williams over 55.5 rushing yards. Kyren Williams anytime touchdown. And then Jackson Smith and Jigba over 90.5 receiving yards. And that will be the ticket for Sunday afternoon. And man, I'm super excited for Sunday. I want to thank you guys for joining me today. It was actually pretty fun today. If you guys ever want to be on the podcast with me, you can always message us at Plug Talk Sports. Put it up here for our socials. And then if keep in touch for Monday night, where me and the guys are going to be back. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff here. These are our socials. We got King Torres the First, Daniel, Blake. We got Brandon, me, and then we got our boy Isaac, who does all the that does editing. He does the intros, outros, and stuff. Super talented guy. Go at him if you ever need any like visual video editing and stuff like that. Go to him. He's super cool. But besides that, I want to thank you guys for joining me on another episode of Plug Picks. I hope your teams win. I hope the parlay hits at everything hits. Please. I want to thank everybody again for watching and supporting Plug Talk Sports and Plug Picks and all the shows throughout the week with all the guys. And see you next week.